Well, welcome back. Your local weather here. Weekend showers on the way. We could see some storms associated with that as well, and they could be severe by nature. How about this, though? Hot and humid conditions also going for your weekend, where the 90s start rolling in, and it's going to feel pretty warm on your skin as well. That humidity is going to be a bear. All right, so early next week, we still pick up some more storms going into Monday and Tuesday. However, we'll start to see them kind of cool down a little bit by the time we get into Tuesday. For now, the energy across the United States is starting to build. You can see it in Canada as well as portions of the Dakotas and getting closer. We'll also be picking up the possibility of light rainfall today, maybe or not, because it's looking pretty dry. It's been like that all morning. And maybe a few storms will drop through as we get into about the 5 a.m. hour in the morning for Saturday. And of course, as I mentioned, we'll see some of those for early next week going into Sunday as well and into Monday and Tuesday. Take a peek here as we get into it. Right now, you'll see those storms kind of showers pop up first as we go to the 5 p.m. in the morning on for today. And then once we get into Saturday, you're looking at some showers popping up around the 6 a.m. hour down to the south by Boscoville. Clouds start to fill in, and then we'll see the big storm start to move in Saturday around the noon hour. Now this has changed up a little bit. It'll start off at Ladysmith working to Eau Claire and then eventually work its way down a little bit closer to us with the second batch coming in behind it with a little bit of bowing associated with this as well. Through Ladysmith, through Eau Claire, right down into areas by Winona, getting into Black River Falls, and then you'll see it kind of move into and brush La Crosse. That skips through and starts heading out. Now that's by the 7 o'clock hour, so that's 2 hours of rainfall making its move with another batch right behind it coming out of Minneapolis, and that continues to stretch out over to Eau Claire, and eventually it's going to pop in some of that rainfall down to Rochester as well. Then you're going to see the storms kind of split out in almost 4 different directions there, and some of those as they head out more so to the lakes, they're going to start to pick up more steam and heavier rainfall will start to ensue there. But we're also going to pick up that storm coming out of Minneapolis to Ladysmith working its way down. So you notice a lot of this is going to hit the north, then work its way down to the central, and then up and out. That seems to be the pattern that we're experiencing, or will experience. By the time we get into Sunday, you're seeing more of this come in around the 3 a.m. hour. It's going to be more widespread, this one going more to the east than dropping down to the south, but we'll get clipped by that. Then you see some spotty storms coming in by 5 a.m. on Sunday with eventually a breakdown to at least clearing skies to some storms popping in. We go through Sunday as drier air starts to come in from Canada. We'll start to see this kind of filter in as we go right down into Sunday by 10 p.m. A few clouds start to sneak in, maybe a little patchy fog rolling in for Monday, and then we'll see the possibility of some more showers and storms rolling in again. In fact, you'll see as we get into Saturday, we're under a slight risk for severe weather. That'll bring in at least large hail, high winds, and particularly maybe some flooding as well. Maybe a couple of tornadoes could spin up. Sunday is more of a marginal risk for severe weather. That'll also usher in the high winds and the large hail, maybe a funnel cloud, maybe just a tornado spin up or so. We'll see by Monday more storms start to roll in. You'll see them pick up again wide in nature with more storms coming in from Eau Claire to La Crosse by the 3 o'clock hour. That'll go more widespread across Wisconsin, back out there by Green Bay, and again picking up more steam there. Then those winds start to come down south and start to put in more of a zonal flow for our wind flow down to the south. You can see it more west to east, and then that starts to quiet that down again with drier air coming in. Finishing out, you'll look at rainfall totals. Maybe, remember this morning, it was up to 1.5 inches for most of the areas to the north and down to the central area, but it is now down to 1/2 inch. By the time we get into Tuesday, we're looking at probably about another few hundredths of an inch to at least 1/4 inch. Highs today, we're looking at 85 to 88 degrees for us. Then we get into at least Saturday, we're looking at up to 90 degrees with a little bit of rainfall falling in. Take a look here as we roll right into the next few rolls here. We're looking at higher temperatures for the weekend. They start to continue into Monday, and then by Tuesday they begin to drop down, and that cool air starts to finish out the remainder of the week with more sunshine.
Yeah, at least we've got some relief in sight. Thank you, Art.